Hope everyone's had a great Tuesday night as of recording. Welcome to the stream. Clear my throat. Fata Morgana Tuesday. Tata Tuesday. I have a feeling tonight's recap of last stream. I'm gonna adjust the mic there lower as I get into a relaxed position. The recap is gonna go quick. I don't think there's a ton actually to recap, despite us reading like 3 hours, I think, last stream. I do want to address, in the last stream, I probably came across a bit like a hater of the current stretch that we are in the story. And I want to, like, only slightly apologize that I kind of, like, I was kind of coming across as, this part that we're at wasn't good, or wasn't fun to read or something. I don't know, I felt like I had, like, a bit of a hater energy kind of going on in the last part. Unintentional, but I was trying to just explain how I felt like this stretch, obviously tonally and obviously content-wise, was a lot different feeling to me. But I'm coming back into this. I'm opening my mind. I have an open mind here on this Tuesday. I'm ready for the game to change my mind. I'm ready for more interesting things to happen. I don't know. I don't think I came across too bad, but I definitely was trying to explain, like, oh, this just obviously feels a lot different. Like I don't think I'll change my mind on the fact that I think learning about Giselle's background and Mikkel's background, Mikkel/Michelle's background, I think is just more interesting to me, and their backstories. But I get that the game is trying to shift into, like, hey, Morgana is also a very important character, and will probably try to get me to care deeply about Morgana. And maybe, you know, best thing I could say is that maybe this game is going to make me care about Morgana a lot more. Obviously, she had a very tragic upbringing and story that we'd already seen. I guess it was kind of weird because now, I already talked about how it's weird that it seems like at least the characters think that they're going to actually be able to, like, save or change history somehow. I've already talked about how I don't think that that's going to work. I think it's destined that they're not going to actually... That's my working theory, is that they're not going to actually be able to change or fix Morgana's history or timeline of events here. But maybe at least give her peace kind of thing is my guess. But... like, I know the tragicness of the Morgana story, so now it's up to this current stretch we're on to, like, add, obviously the whole intention was to add different perspectives and such, and I will say, and we'll talk about it in the recap here, the Mel part of this whole background story and his involvement with Morgana, it was already, I mean, it was expanded upon, but it was already, the story was already given to us. We already knew kind of, like, how this kind of went down a bit. The only thing extra we got was, like, obviously our weird goofy involvement with Giselle and my brain and everything, but, like, the Nelly part to it all, and just how badly he felt like he needed to do this for Nelly. Also, obviously, the threatening from the assassin guy to Nelly. I guess that's, like, an interesting... I mean, I don't want to even say an interesting bit. That was a bit that was established now, where it's like, oh, like, Mel thought he had to because he was basically pressured into... Because this whole thing was about saving his sister. Now they were kicked out, and then they were on their own. And then this assassin guy shows up and, like, threatens to kill Nelly. So there was outward pressure. And I assume... from seeing that, then, that what we're going to see is that the assassin guy is probably next. We're going to see the outward pressure that he had to do for his sister, the nun person, I think. I think that's his sister, right? And then it's going to show that he was being pressured from above by the Lord. And then we get to the Lord, and probably he feels some pressure from someone or another. Whatever. I don't know. Here's the official recap. And it's going to go quick, because we've already, like, talked about this, I think, a lot. So Mikkel goes to meet Nelly. Of course, he's bad with children. He's bad with Nelly. It's kind of wacky. It's like him just trying his best. And of course, you have Giselle being like, you can't be, like, gruff. You gotta fucking, like, talk to her like a human being and tell her what... So he's just like bad with all social skills. So why would Nelly be any different? There was like a quiz that she gave us, and we just tell her what she wanted to hear, basically. And then yada yada yada. We talked to Nelly. We try to explain ourselves after she seems that at first she was like, "Oh, you're a bad man. You're gonna do bad things," and he's like, "I'm not a bad man. I won't do bad things." And so she's like, "Okay, I believe you." And then he's like, "All right, now that you believe me, I'm gonna tell you some horrible shit your brother does." And she's gonna be like, "No, what the fuck? You are a bad man." And he's like, "We don't have like a ton of time. Like, I'm kind of like speeding this like friendship that we have between you and I, this rapport that we have, because I got to tell you, your brother is part of like this really bad shit." And she's like, "I don't fucking believe you." And so basically, off screen, we concoct the oldest trick in the book. We have Nelly just like hang out outside the room, and then we have what seemed to be a private discussion between Mikhail and Mel, and he admits out loud, "I'm doing the bad stuff and no one's gonna believe you." And then Nelly comes bursting in. She's like, "I overheard everything." And he's like, "Oh no! Well, I guess I'll explain the whole story that we already pretty much got all the details or could surmise from before." So he basically goes in and tells a story from his perspective with him and Morgana, him getting the potions or herbs from Morgana, then the blood, then the cure, then the whatever, because I forgot to mention, but Nelly at some point didn't know it was coming from Morgana, but she thought it was the nun, I think. So then she also learns that of Morgana, like Nelly learns of Morgana and all this while Mel is telling the story. It honestly, it went on for quite some time. I'll just say it. Him recounting the story that, again, we got most of the story about before. It's fucking going and hanging out, taking her to the little water thing. They go around. She looks scarred or bloodied or physically hurt, basically, as how I guess I'd put it, because of her background. And so he's like recounting the story, and then he recounts about having to keep going back to her to get the potion or the blood, to save his sister. Then the assassin guy comes. He threatens, like I was saying earlier, he threatens to be like, "Oh, you've been meeting with the witch. Help me bust down and take the witch, or I'm gonna kill your sister." And he's like, I don't really have a choice because I'm doing this all for my sister anyway, so I guess even though I know what I'm doing is gonna be bad, fine. Takes the witch, he slices the arm off, takes Morgana, hands the arm to Mel, he throws it in a lake or something, because he's like, "What am I supposed to do with an arm of this witch? Like, I don't want this. This is weird." And I think he comes back, and it's like, he's like, "All right, well, Nelly, we're probably not getting any of your cure potion blood for a while." And she's like, "Maybe it was all in my head, the curing. I don't know." She's like, "Maybe it was all in my head," or something like that. And then like days later, the assassin guy comes back and basically is like, "I'm strong arming you again. You have no other choice because I've got you right where I want you. And you were gonna be, basically, you're coming with the Lord and I, and we're three-headed monster going to keep this woman to produce blood potions. Here's a key. You can't say no because, again, I'm an adult or whatever, and what are you going to do against me? And you've already helped me do this, so now you're already seen as a bad person, so you might as well just keep being a bad person." And then, so he recounted that whole story. We come back to the present, or, what we think of now currently as the present. We get the key from Mel, I believe, and he's like, "Oh man, those other two keys are going to be really difficult and impossible to get because, like, the assassin guy is really intimidating, and the Lord is a lord, and what do you expect to do?" And Mikhail and Giselle in his brain is like, "We don't have any other choice, and I think we have like 2 days to get these other keys." So that's where we're at. I would assume we're gonna go talk to the assassin man somehow next. And we're probably, same with Nelly, probably gonna go through the nun to try to get to the assassin man. That is where I think we're heading. Let me inspect my memories. I've been coughing a little today, so hopefully... Oh, shit. Hopefully I don't do that a ton as I'm reading. But no guarantees. It's gonna fade to 2. We saw this at the end of... Oh, 2 days. Spooky. Timer. Gotta get those keys. A key a day. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, please. Come on. Up with you. Is it Giselle? No. Oh, thank goodness. You were out so good, I was scared you might be dead for a minute. Good morning. How are you feeling? Like shit. What? Huh? Why are you looking at me just like I just kicked your cat? Do you think you get like if you travel through time and get sent to a different era, you get like jet lag like you do when you like fly a plane to a different time zone? Only like the era would be like if it's many years at a different point, like it's like severe jet lag. That's what I like to think. If you time travel, there's got to be some kind of exponential jet lag type situation. Maybe that's what he's feeling. It's incredible how much more pleasant it is to be woken up by a woman than a boy. Okay. That's the thanks I get for waking you up? Or did I interrupt a nice dream? Huh, I did, didn't I? And it was a dirty dream too, I bet. You definitely seem like a mind in the gutter kind of guy. Why am I getting shit on by Mel? I will murder you. Whoa, wait, let's not be hasty now. You said you were going to help me out. That doesn't sound very helpful. And the worst part is how similar his wake-up call was to Giselle's. I'm just kidding. And you know, I can get up on my own. Fair enough, I guess. Though, put yourself in my shoes for a sec. I came in and you were still as a corpse. Startled me enough I took your pulse. He touched me while I was sleeping. It was faint, but it was there. That's wonderful news. They're handing out breakfast in the dining hall. You can go get a plate yourself if you want. It's just some bread and wine, though. Dining hall? There's quite the crowd. All the people here helping with festival prep, so you should probably hurry if you want to get some. Hold on. I need a minute. My mind's still waking up. First off, I thought you said the church wasn't offering boarding at the moment, so why a dining hall? Right, it's not, but they do still offer breakfast. For free, of course. I see. Now, what do you mean by festival prep? As I mentioned yesterday, the Heart of the Harvest Festival is here at the church, but it's a citywide event. There are all sorts of supplies that need to be purchased, decorations made and put up, that sort of thing. So we've got volunteers from the city here to help. I see. I believe today they're supposed to be putting up decorations outside the chapel, so the courtyard should be a bustle. The courtyard? Yeah. Less court, more yard, really. We passed through it on our way here yesterday. Oh, right. I think I know what you're referring to. So, as long as I'm here, I don't have much choice but to help with prep. I'd honestly rather set Morgana free right now, but the other two are bound to find out if either of us do anything conspicuous. So for now, I should stick to my routine, at least where people can see me. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah. Anyway, let me know when you're planning on doing anything. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. I'll let you know. Okay, well, I should get going. See you later, I guess. Mel, do you know where I could find the nun? Her? She should be in the dining hall. Thank you. And the other two men? The Lord and his bodyguard? They're only around early mornings and nights, so I doubt either of them are here right now. Why only then? That's when we go up into the tower. Though, even if they were on the property, you wouldn't be able to just walk up and talk to them, especially not the Lord. Also, I don't keep track of where they go or what they do, sorry. I don't really want to know what they're up to, so I've kept my distance. Understandable. Thank you anyway. Oh, I forgot to mention, because I'm probably going to forget by the end of this stream. So we've been doing Fata Morgana on Tuesdays and Friday nights. I think I mentioned this slightly before. I think in the interest of trying to finish this before my trip later this month, I'm going to probably try to squeeze in a weekend reading this upcoming weekend on either Saturday or Sunday. I just don't know which day yet. I'll probably by Friday's Fata Morgana reading, I'll probably know which of those 2 days I'll probably want to take. And it probably won't be anything crazy. It might just be like 2 or 3 hours or something, just to like make sure that we do like approach finishing time of this story in like the next 2 weeks, basically is what I have. So I should make mention of that now before I forget later. And like I said, by Friday's reading, I should know if we're just going to jump right back in on Saturday for a bit or Sunday. It's most likely going to be Saturday, but if I want to space it out a bit, then like Sunday, I don't know. We have a few days to figure out. Back to the reading. Mel says, see you later. Dots. He's holding it together fairly well, all things considered. Finally resolving to do something about Morgana took a big weight off his shoulders, I'd guess. Oh, Giselle. Good morning, Mikkel. Morning. It's a bit soon to be feeling relieved, I think. There's still work to be done before Mel can face Morgana. That first step is still a big one, though. At least for him. I suppose. Anyway, sounds like the Lord is going to be difficult to make contact with, which is what I was afraid of. Our only opportunities are when he's here to feed Morgana. Mel did say he didn't keep close tabs on the two of them, so there might be more than just that. First priority is getting you fed, though. So off to the dining hall we go. Out of curiosity, did you sleep at all? I haven't been sleepy once since I became the maid. But I'm used to it, so don't worry about me. You said you see what I'm seeing there in the darkness, didn't you? That's what it looks like, at least. Which means, when my eyes are closed, she has no light at all. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep after all. Yeah, that's what... Mikkel, you need to be on this very incredible, difficult task of a journey for 3 days and try to accomplish it all on no sleep. And while you're not sleeping, everyone else is sleeping, so it's not like you can even do anything. So you'd just be sitting there. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. I know what you're thinking, Mikkel. And no, you're wrong. You need your sleep. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. You're right. We should get going. To the dining hall. I need no sleep. Can't give Giselle no light. I make my way through the halls to the room with the fireplace, the area I used as a living room, and the area currently serving as a dining hall. Sitting in the center of the room is a long table lined with bread and wine. Standing behind the table and handing out food to the long line of people is the nun. This being a church, no one is speaking especially loudly, but there's still an indistinct buzz hanging in the air as dozens of people whisper back and forth. The majority of people in the room look poor, like they genuinely need the assistance, but there are a handful of those who look more than well off. That's a lot more people than I was expecting. They don't turn anyone away, which, as I recall from Morgana's account, nearly drained the church of everything it had once. They don't seem to be for want of supplies at the moment, though. I assume that's thanks to the Lord's patronage? Most likely, yes. In any event, I doubt we're getting anywhere near her in the mornings. She looks like she's got her hands full. That doesn't change the fact that we need to speak with her. I'm going to try to squeeze past the crowd. What? Mikkel, wait a second. Hey now, no cutting in line, young man. We've been waiting since dawn. I'm walking here. Please, let me through. I have business with the nun. I ain't letting you through just 'cause you told me to. This is important. No more important than our business. Our lives depend on this food, so get your tail out of the back of the line. Here we go. What seems to be the trouble? Could I ask for a moment of your time? I need to speak with you. Well, as you can see, I'm a bit occupied. I won't take much of your time, I promise. But it's very important to you. Give it a rest already, young man. Can't you see she ain't interested? Give me a hand getting this guy out of here, fellas. What? Wait. Just don't get rough, okay? Of course, our saint is. Pick it up, young man. You need some time outside to cool off. Stop. Watch the hair. Great. That went extraordinarily well. You know, Mikhail, sometimes I can't decide whether you're calculated or reckless. Now I realize I never got that bread. Let's get that bread. Mikhail, let's get that bread. We should wait and try to talk to the nun when she's not so busy. She has to have some free time during the day. You're right. What do you say we take a look around the mansion while we're waiting? Who knows? Maybe we'll run into someone else. All right. Don't let it get to you. As Mel had said it would be, the mansion was packed. Compared to yesterday, most everyone I saw appeared to be excited for the upcoming Harvest Festival. A number of them even greeted me as we passed in the halls. They were so nonchalant about it, I wasn't quite sure how to react. I was amazed that anyone, let alone multiple people, would treat me so normally, considering how far from normal I looked. There were a few surprised looks, of course, but no one called me a demon or an angel based solely on my appearance. Perhaps they were just used to seeing people of all different colors around the city, so they had an easier time accepting the way I looked. No matter what the reason, though, it's quite nice being treated normal. After meandering through the mansion for a while, I make my way to the chapel. Despite knowing I have no way into the tower, part of me still wants to be near it, so I head around to the back side of the podium, where the stained glass window towers over me. It's the same as I remember. I've always loved this window. It makes me feel like I've got an angel watching over me. Had I been given a different name, maybe I would feel the same. That said, I don't dislike it as much as I used to. I'm glad to hear it. Off to the side, at the very back of the room, is the door leading to the observation tower. It's chained shut, though that's no surprise. The lock is the same one I saw back in the mansion, but the chains are just regular chains. They're not glowing with that awful black light. They're simply dull and gray. If only I had an axe, then we could just chop the door right down. I don't think an axe would help. If it were wood, maybe, but this is metal, and rather heavy at that. Explaining basic concepts to Giselle. You never know. Hit enough and anything will break eventually. We'd be in chains ourselves long before we made it through this door. What are you doing there? I like his hair. I say half jokingly. It frames his face very funnily to me. I don't know why. I mean, it's just whatever. But something about his sprite just like he's a dirty assassin, man. I feel like he should look grungier, but I guess I guess assassins can't look like they belong to be an assassin, right? I don't know. It's him. I was under the impression you and the Lord were only around mornings and nights. And why would we know? And why would you know that? Oops. Who are you? He's getting suspicious, Mikhail. I'll take care of it. I'm a friend of Mel's. A friend of his? Does that surprise you? Never once have I seen a friend of his before. He has plenty of friends, I'm sure. No one has had an opportunity to pay him a visit, that's all. Never mind the boy's social dealings. Was he the one who told you my schedule? That I work for the Lord? I've got to be careful about what I say here, or he's going to start getting suspicious of Mel. I asked him... Asked him what? I heard some talk around town saying the Lord was seen coming in and out of this estate on more than one occasion. Naturally, that caught my attention. A lowly peasant like myself almost never has the opportunity to cross paths with the Lord. so, hearing he was a regular visitor here, I was hoping to have the honor of catching a glance at him. When I asked Mel about the Lord, he mentioned he had a bodyguard, which got me wondering, what kind of person would someone so distinguished entrust his life to? Dig around too much and you're liable to end up in the ground yourself. Is that a threat? So he told you I was the Lord's bodyguard. Was he not supposed to, for some reason? No. It's true, I am his bodyguard. The question is, how did you know it was me? It wasn't difficult. You do rather stand out from the crowd. From Mel's description, I was able to recognize you almost immediately. If our roles were reversed, you would have similarly little trouble identifying me from a short description. The only thing distinct about me is my race. Where do you come from, if I may ask? Beyond the Silk Road. From the east, then? What country? Is that any of your concern? No, I'm just curious. Why is your hair white? Why are your eyes red? They're naturally that color. Is that so? Nature can be quite the ball and chain. Is it just me, or does it sound like he's sympathizing with you? It's hard to say. Honestly, I'm still having trouble reading him. Either way, it sounds like he bought your explanation. So it does, which is a relief. Now, what business do you have at this door? The door was not my objective. I came to look at the stained glass window. I happened to notice a door with an unusual lock off to the side, so I got curious and went to look at it up close. The area behind the pulpit is off limits. I was unaware. Maybe I'll have to put ropes up then. Why is it off limits though? Is that any of your concern? No, but the way you're talking about has piqued my curiosity. Do you not know how to keep your nose out of places it doesn't belong? Get out of here, and don't come back. As you wish. Hold on. Yes? Your name? Mikhail. Michelle. Almost the same as the angel there. That would be because I was named after him. I see. What an unfortunate name. I despise angels. Oh, okay. May I ask what yours is? I have no name. You don't have... What do you... No, never mind. Farewell. A likely story. Oh, wow. That was scary. He does not want anyone getting near that door, huh? I thought he was going to pull a sword on you. I wonder, would I die if he tried to kill me? There aren't many people who could get away from a blade like that, especially in his hands, unharmed. You're probably right. Having already, died once, the idea of doing so again feels wrong, somehow. You managed to talk him down, though. I'm surprised. You're quite the accomplished liar, Michael. Is that so? It's hard to believe that was the same awkward, stuttering Michael I know and love. Now I just want to keep saying Michael. Michelle, Michael, Michael. All the names. Am I really that much of a bumbling fool normally? I wonder what he was doing back there, though. It's well past dawn. Standing watch, presumably. With as many people as there are roaming about, he's probably worried about people like me getting near the door. I doubt he plans on spending much time anywhere else until the festival's over. And with him on guard, we've got pretty much no access to the door. I sure hope we can talk him over to our side. Mel was never an enthusiastic accomplice. His guilt is what allowed us to win him over and get him to confess everything. On the other hand, he's not likely to be so forthcoming. It all depends on how deep his ties to the nun are. Presumably, she's the reason he's involved. That said, we managed to communicate well enough. Are you still sore that I called you awkward? No, I don't mean me. I mean him. What? Oh. He was far from rational or coherent when he was living with you in the mansion. You're right, he does seem like a completely different person here. Losing his memory in the shipwreck was probably what triggered his transformation into the beast. So I guess this must be what he was like before that? What he carries inside him is no different now than it was then. He's simply able to hold himself in equilibrium now. He's keeping a balance between his rational human side and his violent beast side. He does somewhat remind me of Bestia during his short period of calm. That, or the glimpse we got of him in the ship while he was still a merchant. I would say that's probably closer to the man here now. Huh? The ship? You were the one who showed me the memory. What? I have no recollection of that. Oh yeah, you also mentioned seeing another woman's memories behind the second door, didn't you? From outside the mansion? You didn't see them though, as I recall. All I'm aware of is what took place within the mansion, as well as whatever Morgana felt like telling me. Resonation. What? Nothing. Morgana mentioned something about me resonating. I don't know why I would be capable of such a thing, but because of what it allowed me to see, it's all but impossible for me to ignore the plight of these people. Anyway, the point is, however rational he may appear, we mustn't forget that this is not the whole picture. He is as much a killer in this life as he was in his next. He's a man of many faces. The gentleman he was around his lover, the brutal, merciless man he was on the ship, and the beast that lurks beneath it all. Everyone acts differently depending on who they're around, but there's something unsettling about how he does it. I do wonder what he meant when he said he had no name. As I recall, he was from somewhere far, far away in the second door, and he looks Asian here too, so maybe he's from the same country? He said he crossed the Silk Road, so the eastern end of the continent, presumably. Wonder if he has the same name or not. It was an unusual name. Oh, what was it? A ukulele. No, that wasn't it. It was eucalyptus, I believe. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm laughing at him. I'm trying to remember the name because I do remember it being said at some point, and now I can't remember it. So I'm just as bad as them. Now I would not say ukulele or eucalyptus and be like, yeah, that was it. But fuck. Let me search my mind palace really quickly. God, I can't remember it. I know I'm terrible with names and also shit memory. But also, I didn't care much for the guy anyway, and his that second door story. Fuck. It's whatever. I'm sure they'll get it. They'll say it at some... Yukimasa! Oh, you spoiled it for me, though. Yeah, it is Yukimasa. Good job. Kudos. Kudos. Give it up. Claps. I get the feeling we're both wrong, and that I'm farther off than her. Yeah, eucalyptus is pretty bad. Yukimasa. I totally forgot Yukimasa. It's not the kind of name we're used to hearing or saying. Hopefully we'll be able to get it out of him. Hopefully. But for the time being, we should go looking for the nun. I imagine she doesn't have her hands quite as full by now. Probably not. To the courtyard we go then. Yukimasa. Wow, the crowd just keeps on growing. Are they all helping with the decoration? It would seem so. Preparation for the festival is in full force. I found the nun. She's over there. She's got a bunch of people around her, though. What should we do? I forced my way through. Yeah, because that worked out so well the first time. I just remember Bestia. Yeah, I remember the Bestia. Bestia thing. Yeah. I feel like the Yukimasa name drop was not really... something that stood out back then. I just remember it being said at some point, and then I was like, okay, well, good for him. I'll force my way through. How about plan B this time? Mikhail! Ugh. Ugh. Are you alright, Mikhail? God, we got hit so hard, they jostled the text box. I can't even speak. Text box, like, fucking misaligned the text with the name cards. You went down pretty hard. There, now they fixed it. Did you see that? It, like, scooted down. It went boop right there. Oh, not Nelly. I thought we were done with her. God. What a drag. Oh, I'm such a hater. I'm gonna become such a hater at the end of this, Fata Morgana for some reason. Oh, man. Oh, you're such a weakling, dearest Miguel. I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over jumping on your back. You gave me no time to brace myself. Pish posh, my Mel would have no problem catching me, and then he would have spun me around like a princess at a ball. Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running around like that? I thought you were in rather poor health. Amazingly, I'm actually feeling pretty good, and I haven't even had any medicine today. Maybe because I cleared things up with Mel yesterday? I cried my eyes out last night, but I feel better now. Glad to hear it. They do say health is as much mental as it is physical, so you might be getting better if you stay positive. Just don't push yourself. Why, thank you for the concern, my dearest Mikhail. She's taken quite a liking to you. How do you like that? It's nice, isn't it? I'm more not sure how to react. Oh, just go along with it. You know you want to. I wish I could be there too. I want to pat that sweet little head of hers. What do you think she is? A cat? Now that she's opened up, though, I will admit, she is rather sweet. Oh, there you are, Nelly. Don't run off like that. You scared me. It's not my fault you lost sight of me, dearest Mel. I'll try to keep a better eye on you. So you came to check out the courtyard, Mikhail? You know, you really stand out from the crowd. You're so pale I could tell it was you from way off in the distance. Damn. I am well aware of how conspicuous I am. But everyone's acting so unconcerned, it's honestly kind of disconcerting. I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it? It comes with its disadvantages, yes. And she would have had to deal with the same thing. That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. I guess I just wasn't mature enough to accept her. You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment. So it's only human that you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit within your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitations to go on walks. I guess. Question, you know what she looks like, right? I do. What? What did you think the first time you saw it? I know that's not the most tactful question, but I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl. I see. Well, what do you know? It looks like I am a bad guy. And you're a right saint. No, I've simply seen much worse. This discussion with this music going on is very, very funny to me. Subscribe for 18 months. Holy shit. 18 months. A full... Wait. I'm doing math in my head. That's a full year and a half. Massive. Massive numbers. 18 years. You've known me for 18 years of your life. Appreciate it. Mel says, you know, you kind of remind me of her. I do? I mean, you're much more personable than her, but... Oh, what's the word? It's not just the way you look. But there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like, an aura or something? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But I mean, like, yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that maybe you really did see a vision from God. Enough with all the grown-up talk already. You lost me ages ago. Yeah, sorry. Who cares if Mikhail's a saint or a prophet or the archangel himself? Mikhail is my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look all that weird to me. The saintess is probably just an ordinary girl too. I'm big enough now that I won't think badly of her no matter what she looks like. You are, yeah. Heh, and when she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something. That would be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure of it. You know, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this so loudly. Wouldn't want anyone to overhear us. Oh, right, sorry. But everyone's so busy prepping for the festival, I'm sure we're fine. Better safe than sorry, though. As you say, dearest Mel. So, Mikhail, are you here to help with prep? No. I have 2 days before Morgana dies. I don't have time for prep. I was hoping I could find some time to talk with the nun. With all the people coming and going, she's gonna have her hands full until the festival starts. Well, that's unfortunate. Is it that important you talk with her? She may be able to give us information that could assist in acquiring the second key. Second key? You're not saying she's involved too, are you? By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She is, however, very much connected to the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is his driving force. Are you serious? I find that hard to believe. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman, and he's, well, a savage brute. A murderer. Has to be her, though. Have you ever seen the two of them acting particularly close? Never. She's kind to everyone. I've seen them talking once or twice, sure, but she wasn't acting any differently than she does around anyone else. Certainly didn't seem like they had anything going on. Maybe they're hiding it. Surely there's something between them? I would certainly presume so. Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they could be having secret trysts. A forbidden romance. How exciting. So you need to talk with her then, Mikhail. Leave it to me. You can do it? Well, right now she's showing people how to make the decorations, weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a little. I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering help, it's me. There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging off the tree branches. Can you make those? They're very intricately designed. You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take her up on her offer. You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so just hold tight. And you, dear Smell, are coming with me. You get to help make decorations. I'm no good at this stuff, though. Nope. I said you're coming. That's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time. Yeah, alright. You win. Let's go. Now he seems to be in good shape, and it doesn't look like last night caused any problems for them. I'm relieved. Hopefully, they can continue down this path. They'll be fine, I'm sure. I pray that they will be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk, so I'd really like to find some shade. Is it pretty bright out today? I thought you could see through my eyes. I can, yes. I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example. I see. Are you alright? I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Oh man, Mikhail's gonna die before we finish. He's gonna pass out. He's gotta hold it together for 2 more days. Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No worries. Different music? I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time. After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say. I do. Something very important. And if possible, I'd like to discuss it with you somewhere more private. Let me guess. You're going to propose to me? Okay, slow your fucking roll, nun. Alright, you're not that great. Alright, chill. Fucking chill. Alright? Come on. It's busting my balls. Now, you should know better than that. I am a servant of God, the Father. He is the only companion I am permitted to have. No, I just want to... I know, I'm kidding. I just wanted to tease you a bit. I have 2 days. We don't have time for teasing. I don't have... Oh, shit. Fuck. I don't have time for teasing, and I don't have time for decorations. I just want to tease you a bit. He did the ellipses, and then she says, I can't be away for very long, though. All right? I will do my best to keep it short. Okay, let's head inside and find a room, then. After you. All right, so are you romantically involved with the murderer person? Does if I say the word key, does that mean anything to you? Can you sneak the key off of the murderer, assassin man? May I ask you something, Giselle? What? Yes, what is it? Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea? If you say so. I know it's just part of the story, and like probably as far as like writing goes, it makes, you know, we didn't get a lot of time, like fun times between like Mikhail and Giselle, and so like these very small little inserts of like levity where it's supposed to be like them ribbing each other and just having, you know, they're cute together and all. But if I was Mikhail, I would just be like, please, we have no time. Literally, everything is riding on this thing working out. This goal of ours, like, I don't have time to mess around. I don't have time to have fun. I don't want to be talking to Nelly and Mel right now. I have a goal. We've got to treat this as like life or death, please. It's very important. We can celebrate after. I think I'm just naturally, that would just be my mindset though. I'd be like totally grumpy about this whole thing. I would be, if I was sent back in time to like do this thing, I'd be like, oh God, I'd be so grumpy. I'd be the worst person. Honestly, I'd be the worst person to be chosen to go back in time and like complete a quest. I truly would. I don't know what kind of, if I ever get chosen by destiny, by fate, to like sent back in time, complete a quest, I'd be like, it's too much work. Just kill me. Alright, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I'm here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly, tell me anything and everything. You're a nun. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics. What's wrong? Nothing. I actually want to talk about you rather than myself. About me? You, or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances with that Asian swordsman? The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What? I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him. She's just gonna tell you, no. It's just, they might be, but she wouldn't say yes. Did someone tell you who we were? No, that was just the feeling I had. Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you're probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one. There's something between you two, though. Oh, speaking of nuns, there was like I saw the Nintendo Direct this morning of the new Fire Emblem game. There's like the gauntlet weapons. There was like a nun with just carrying a pistol. She's like shooting. I was like, that's cool. Give the nun a gun. That just made me think of a nun. Okay, what do you mean, something between us? Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep her church running, after all. Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation? Is he... what? Did he tell you who he was? He did? Oh, really? That's a little... no, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him? Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word. Well, seems to be a nice enough fellow. Are you really not close with him at all? Nope. So if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have to be out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more. Gratitude for? A while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This is when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city. There were other nuns there too, as I recall. Right. We also served as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it is our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need, which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there. You're Pauline, though, aren't you? I gotta be somewhat truthful. I kind of forgot her name was Pauline. I probably would have come up with Pauline before I came up with Yukimasa, though. But just don't ask me what Coconut Head's name was, because don't remember that kid. It was like David or Frank. Something like that. No, my name is Marie. Marie? How can that be? How can she not be her? Marie, that sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person. Oh yeah, Maria. Is she mentioned like Maria, the lovely dame of a lady from the third door, I think, right? Yeah, Maria. What's going on here? But I don't think they're the same person. I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mel's and Nellie's were, which just made us think they all would be. That's true. And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible our connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Nellie. Although, in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman? I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help with the preparations too. 1 second. There's absolutely nothing going on between you? Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I mean, kinda, yeah. Some strange man you don't really know keeps asking you, and you're like, I'm a nun. I don't really know. And then he's like, but you must be. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing. What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me a story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key? Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there? The two of you together could convince him to give up his key. When I encountered a shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot. Oh, that's a good point. He did say something like that back then. And that was like a foreshadowing for this. And I was clowning on that moment too so much back then. To this day, I was like, oh yeah, getting the second key. Just was like, here, take it, roll it. I don't care. Then, should we try to find the Lord first instead? I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them. Oh, this is gonna go bad. Happy now? I should really get going. I don't feel safe in here with you. Hold on, just one last thing. Yes? Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower? The tower? Why? Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it. What? They've locked up a girl with miracle blood. It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that. I am not joking. The medicine you are handing out, that's real human blood. What proof do you have? I have someone else who can corroborate my story. And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth? When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. The greatest proof is his key. Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself. Open the door, and you can see for yourself. I can't. I don't have the keys. And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think that they may be hiding something? No, because I know what's being kept in the tower. You know? The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because a church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. His money? Even thieves fear God, so you can understand why he'd want to keep his property here. Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards. He doesn't like keeping guards around. Why not? Haven't you heard? There's been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies, some of whom want to see him dead, and keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now are you satisfied? Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in that tower. He's gotta... Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about? What? Again, I don't like being so blunt, but... Who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who has been supporting me in this church, or you, who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door? He's like, that's a good point. I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower. I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. Oh, fuck. I really must be going now. The swordsman. He helped imprison the girl in the tower, so he could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this. Take some time to cool off. Damn. Would it have killed her to be a little more open-minded? Alright, so place your bets now. Is she truly does not know what's going on and she doesn't know the swordsman guy on an intimate level, or is this all an act? My money would be on it's an act. I think we as the readers are supposed to be thinking that that Mikhail has got something wrong and that he's not. There's something else, but I think she's... Not only is she a nun and has devoted herself to God, but she's also a great actress, is my thought. I mean, if you were somewhat aware of something and you were like, if you were like, oh, there maybe is some like, maybe some shifty thing happening, and you also know that like the guy you might be into, who you're not supposed to be into, because you're a nun, maybe is like a bad person. Maybe I would also be like, I don't know him, and I don't know what's in the watchtower. I'm unawares. I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth, even just a little bit. Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much? Or is her trust in the swordsman? Or is her trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move. That's a good idea. And there might be something Mel and Nellie can do to help too. Perhaps. With the nun denying any involvement with the swordsman, and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. One could also say the most boring of the three tragedies, am I right? Ayo! Sorry, I had to say it. The things he did then were undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. I wonder if I'm in the minority of that take. This is one of those things that, like, I can't check online to see which one doors people like the most or whatever, because I don't want to, like, run into spoilers or anything, and honestly don't really care to see other people's opinions while I'm still in the midst of something. But I wonder if I'm in the minority. I mean, I don't think the third door was much better. You know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, no, I still stay by what it is, but in my head when I said it out loud, I thought doors 1 and 3 were a lot better than the second one, but they're only slightly better. I still think 2 was probably, at some point, I kind of got like, if I'm to assign like a sound effect about it, but which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. If at all, a positive influence seems the less likely. Was he man or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? Maybe because he was a beast for most of it. Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more in my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle anymore. God, get this guy some shade. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. This guy needs to carry like a parasol, like a sun umbrella. Something. Jeez. Mikhail, are you alright? I feel a sharp pain, like someone's yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. Uh-oh. My telepathic link, is being melted away. Ugh. This is like me when I've had several drinks the night before, didn't drink enough water. I wake up early and I've got to be functional early the next morning and I'm like hungover. I'm like, oh God, the sun. From somewhere, I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting toward me. Oh God. He's dying. No, not the world. It's me who's falling. Oh God. Can't go on. Oh, there was like a falling sound effect there. Face first into the dirt. This is really gonna hamper our plans here. I'm not at the mansion. Where am I? Uh-oh. Whoa. What? You're awake. Morgana, what are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I'm hardly what you would call attractive, after all. Morgana? How do you know my name? How do you know your name? How do I know your name, I mean? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared. It's just like that one time in Kingdom Hearts, where they tried to say the word, and it was gone. Not only are gone, but the word is gone. Real ones know what I'm talking about. Kingdom Hearts 2, beginning. Here we go. Something weird's happening. It's not a me stream if I don't bring up Kingdom Hearts in the dumbest way possible sometimes. Where is this? I'm not sure how you could know, or you couldn't know. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presumed you came here in search of my herbal medication. Unconscious? Outside her door? Your arm? What? This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even further into the past? Or could this be... You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of two men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a... haired boy and a... It's like playing the board game Taboo or something where you're not allowed to say like very particular like keywords to try to describe. It's like you got to warn Morgana of her future, but you can't say the words flaxen or assassin or observation tower. And go. He's like, fuck, why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? Is this really the cottage by the lake? Take a look out the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish-black fog churns beyond the window. A pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. Is it your world then, Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I once spent much time at your side. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're going to try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long, I fought to fend off the things you said, not because I had any particular dislike for you, but because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I empathized with the feelings seething through your words. That understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving into it. You're saying my voice is unpleasant? Not at all. It was beautiful. Frighteningly so. I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself. The things you see and feel. I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself. Because it would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either, because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I'd rather pretend never happened. And it's not a story I can tell just to anyone. But you can tell me? Indeed. I was born into this world female. What? From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong, and as I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely, though. That's something like my body is incomplete. I'm missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness, and she hid me away, for I was unfit to be in the presence of others. That was when I was 14 years old, and that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male. But now that it's all over, I think you were right. My fate was always set in stone, and perhaps, if I had stopped trying to fight it, if I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. I could have not left Giselle behind. Do you regret your choice? No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting, because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune the decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of, or perhaps must not lose sight of, would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware they hold them. But what we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you genuinely do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too, but I think your real power lies in your voice, in its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I am a saint and the daughter of God. That is a lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path, or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It would make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt. Maybe not, but I think that if either of us had had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl. But they're gone now. And have you never leaned on their memory? It comes back to me from time to time, but even then, they were different than me. They were so full of kindness, so very human. And while they taught me to experience their joy, not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. And what about you? Do you have anyone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I am very conscious of that fact, but on a fundamental level, I'm still gray, and that so long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked, a path wide enough even for me, despite my abnormality. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try and walk the path of humanity, while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind and accepting person, holding their hand out for me, and I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it'll only bring more pain. So if I'm to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal, and not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of the weight off my back. Morgana, I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I'm not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you, and with them, slowly bring yourself back onto the path of humanity. It will not be easy. I think there's an extra B in there. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear at the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you, terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment. The ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them, But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to a place you can love. Like what you had 4 years ago. You really are. Oh. I really am what? No! Mikhail, you may think talking to my past self can change something, but you're sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. Alright, thanks, Morgana. Thanks a lot. Mikhail? Mikhail, are you there? Are you alright? Get up, Mikhail, please. Throat's dry. I need this water so bad. I'm like stifling coughing. Trying my best here. Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. Wait, did we lose another day? Is this nighttime right now? Did we lose our second day and we didn't accomplish our goal? We're still without a second key? Oh no, did we lose a whole day due to passing out from the sun? No! Did I pass out? Ah, you're awake. Are you okay? Did you hit your head? Nelly. You gave everyone a big scare, dearest Mikhail. All of a sudden, you were just on the ground. Were you feeling unwell? No, I just have a natural sensitivity to sunlight. I apologize for any concern I caused you. Sorry for worrying you too, Giselle, and for that rather shameful display. No need to apologize. Like you said, you're sensitive to sunlight. I'm just glad you're alright, Mikhail. If anything, I should be the one apologizing for putting so much pressure on you. I had no idea it was so bright out. Like I said, get this man a parasol, please. As long as you're not sick or anything, so you're feeling better now? My head still hurts a little, but yes, I'm fine. What time is it? Almost supper time, which means I better get back to the cottage. Was it really out that long? At least you woke up before supper. I should get going though. See you tomorrow, Mikhail. Good night, Nelly. Man, this mission sucks. We're gonna fail. Tomorrow is the day before Morgana's supposed to die. Our time is limited enough as it is. That said, Giselle, I saw Morgana. What do you mean? How? I don't know if it was in a world of her creation or simply a dream, but in it, I spoke with Morgana when she was still alive. What was she like? Not like the Morgana we know now. Not someone who seems to feed off hatred. So she really was a saint in life, like Mel described her. Though I got the impression being a saint was more like a chain around her ankle, the only way she was able to derive meaning from her life. Not to mention the utter sense of solitude brought about by the knowledge that no one like her would ever come into her life. Do you think she wanted to break free from the chains then? Even if she were able to, she would never be able to return to anything resembling normal. Much like I will never have a normal body. Although... Oh, you're awake. That's good. What, you came to check up on me? Don't act so surprised. I'm plenty capable of showing concern for others. That said, no, that's actually not why I'm here. He looks pale. I know you're not feeling well, but if you're up to it, would you mind joining me for supper? I don't know why you would make such a big deal about asking me to. He's the one asking. I think he's getting suspicious. Oh. I see. I apologize for not handling my encounter with him better. Don't be. If he was sure I was playing him, I wouldn't be here. So don't blame yourself. Though, I would still appreciate it if you came. Absolutely. Turning him down would only give him more reason to be suspicious. True enough. I'll do my best not to let anything slip. You try and do the same, alright? course. Well, let's get going then. Could none have told him what I said to her? Whatever this is about, we don't want to keep him waiting. Be on your guard. I will. Uh-oh. He's gonna try to chop off my arm. Don't present your arm. Don't reach across the table to try to grab a piece of bread or something, because next thing you know, he's gonna take his sword out blindingly fast and chop your arm off. You reach across the table. Here he is. Here he is. I see that. I've been waiting. I saved you a couple seats, so go on. Sit down. Oh. Oh, candlelit dinner? How romantic. This is unbearable. I'm trying to look at that. Isn't there a button to press that I can... I don't want to press a bad button and it... Nope, don't want to do that. Nope, don't want to do that either. Isn't there a button I can press? Is it square? No. It's not X. Is it circle? Let me read this. Oh, what's the matter, Mel? You've hardly touched your food. Oh, it is that. I was trying to see what that food is. I wanna... It's like slop with a couple bits in it. It's probably like soup or something, yeah. But kind of looks like And then our swordsman over here just has a cup and a piece of bread. Lost your appetite? I've never been a very big eater. No? Then why don't you give the rest to your friend here? It's a bit bland, but it's passable. Wouldn't you say? This pressure is nothing if not overwhelming. How does he expect anyone to eat with air so tense? And Mel refuses to even look at him. Considering he's the reason Mel's involved in all this at all, I can understand not wanting to make eye contact. Or even be in the same room. Are you not going to eat either? Don't worry, there's no poison in it. That thought never even crossed my mind. Why would you think I would be concerned about my meal being poisoned? It was only a joke. I don't see the Lord anywhere. He's gone back to his manor. I thought you were his bodyguard. He's a lord. He has more than one guard. Why did you invite us to supper? Is there any reason I shouldn't have? There are plenty, such as... Like... I imagine anyone would feel a bit overwhelmed dining with the Lord's personal bodyguard. Like that? In fact, I'm surprised you two knew each other at all, let alone were on good enough terms to share supper together. You haven't told this man anything, have you, Mel? Nothing. All I told him was that you were the Lord's bodyguard. I see. You want to know what kind of terms we're on? What? We're accomplices. Such a shame this was how your reunion had to turn out. You finally get to see him again, only to learn he's a criminal. Wait, what are you... What crimes might you be referring to? Take a guess. What sort of atrocities do you think we're committing? What is he doing? Why would he tell you that? He wants to gauge my reaction, I assume. I have to choose my words carefully. Can't say too much, but I won't get anywhere saying nothing either. How should I handle this? Oh, is it gonna make me pick a thing? Don't make me pick a thing. Don't. Okay. I think we're fine. I have no idea. All I'm asking you to do is guess. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. You're putting me on the spot, telling me my friend is a criminal and asking me to guess his crime. Did you honestly think you would get any sort of answer out of me? You make a fair point. Then allow me to change the question. If you found out a friend of yours was a criminal, would you still be able to be their friend? That question make you uncomfortable too? Consider it sort of sideshow to liven up our meal. Don't take it too seriously. It would depend on if they feel guilty about what they've done, and if they have any intention of making penance for their crimes. And Mel, well, he's someone who would be ashamed of any wrongdoing he might or might not have participated in. I see. What about you? If you had done something you knew to be wrong, would you be ashamed? Would you make penance? Maybe. Maybe not. You have one hell of a friend here, Mel. Mikkel? That was your name, wasn't it? Do you have any other friends? I don't have many, no. Any in this land? No. Why do you ask? I don't have any friends here either. Or maybe I never had any at all. Maybe he wants to be your friend, Mikkel. Somehow, I doubt that. Yeah, I guess not. Any family? I left home some time ago. Are they too far to visit regularly? Why do you want to know? I'm in a similar situation myself. Thought it might be nice to find some common ground. Find it difficult to take him at his word. So you made the long journey all the way out here so you could see him? That I did. This is just a small detour in his travels. That's what you told me, isn't it? That's right. How very gracious of you to go so far out of your way for him. Oh, and Mel? I have a question for you as well. What kind of question? Think of it like a little game. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. On your left is your sister, and on your right, him. They're both about to fall. You can only save one of them. Whose hand do you grab? Surely this isn't the first time you've heard this scenario proposed. It's not real. It's just hypothetical. Don't take it so seriously. Come on, it's just a game. You know that, right? You don't need to answer. As he said, I'm only here to see him. When I heard there was going to be a festival... Make sure, yeah. When I heard there was going to be a festival, I requested permission to remain until then. If that displeases you for any reason, I apologize. But hypothetical or not, a question like that makes it uncomfortable for everyone involved. Or are you trying to make him feel cornered? Not at all. It's merely a question. Never meant to make him uncomfortable. My apologies. Now, suppose I should take my leave, as it seems my presence makes it hard to enjoy the food. Relax. I'm not staying here tonight. I won't get in the way of your reunion anymore. You said you would be here until the Harvest Festival? We're supposed to be putting on quite the impressive event. Look forward to it. May I ask you one thing before you go? What do you think of the nun? Are you very close to her? I'm not close to anyone. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you. I was hoping to handle it better than that. But I just can't seem to keep it together around him. I'm really sorry. I can hardly blame you. Thanks. There's something really unsettling about him. I can't say I disagree. What was the deal with that question anyway? The cliff one? Yeah. I think it's best if you don't linger on it. Any way you look at it, he had to be... Never mind. Anyway, keep your eye out. You probably want to be extra careful tonight. After all that, I'm scared he might be up to something. There's no saying where he actually went. I'm with Mel. I have a bad feeling about what he might do. After a conversation like that, you'd be crazy not to be on alert. That would be wise, yes. Plan to head straight back to my room. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Do you really think we'll be able to get his key? I still can't bring myself to believe there's anything between him and the Saintess. And the Lord's pretty much always inaccessible. Alright, kid, you can't keep telling me that this mission is too difficult. We need some hope. We have less than 2 days now. Does the Lord say anything when you're all together? Such as? Anything at all? Something to give me some idea what kind of person he is? Sorry, I've got nothing. I usually keep my mouth shut when I'm with them, and they hardly talk to each other either. I see. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you've already heard this, but the Lord's an incredibly suspicious man. I'm not sure he's capable of trusting anyone at all. So it's not really a situation where I can go up and ask him about his personal life. After several failed assassination attempts, among other things, he's just grown to be suspicious of everyone around him. If someone's walking up to him and he even thinks they might try something, that's all it takes for him to have them beheaded. As a person, his reputation's awful, but he has done a ton to improve the city's economy, so the merchants and artisans think he's alright. And, out of curiosity, what is the Lord's name? Is it Pinocchio? Huh? Oh, you don't know that either? His name is Jean-Francois Barnier. Oh, of course. Jean-Francois Barnier. Barnier? Barnier. What? That name doesn't fit him at all. Not one bit. He does not look like a Jean-Francois. Could that mean he's not the Lord then? No, the Lord is the only other person who did enough to earn Morgana's wrath and be on the receiving end of her reconstruction wish. It had to be not reconstruction. No, it is reconstruction. It's been a long Tuesday. Reconstruction wish. See, I read it correctly, and then I was like, wait, that's not. It has to be him. But between this and the nun being named Marie, things are starting to get a bit muddled. Hold on a second. I think I've heard the name Barnier before. There was a diary in the library when I lived in the mansion, as I recall, written by someone named Barnier. Actually, now that I think about it, that same diary also showed up in Mel's next life. In it, he was complaining about not having gotten the larger of the family estates. And a bad harvest, I think. That was one of the books your family sent you, right? Actually, that was the one book they didn't. It was already in the library when I arrived. You think he could have written it? Here I thought it was just the scribblings of a disgruntled noble. If the book really is that old, I'm amazed it was in such good condition for so long. We can't be more than 100 years behind our own time, so it's not inconceivable it would still be in good shape then. But Mel came back many hundreds of years after that. It's almost like it was frozen in time. You know, I think time actually may have stopped, or have been stopped during the times the mansion wasn't present in the living world. I kept it clean, yes, but one person going around dusting wouldn't be enough to keep it from falling into disrepair over hundreds of years. Just what on earth is that mansion? Is it also a part of Morgana's miracle? What's the matter? You've just been standing there staring off into space. Oh, sorry. I got lost in thought. You seem to do that a lot. Just go off into your own world. I swear, you gotta be more absent-minded than me. That's not important though, I guess. Anyway, so I've been trying to think of ways I can help, but sorry, I haven't been able to come up with anything. It's fine. Simply glad to have you on my side. Sure. Well, I should get back to my room. If you have any good ideas, let me know. I will. I should head back too. I know we don't have much time, Mikkel, and that concerns you, but try not to agonize over it too much. Sorry. After how well yesterday went, it just feels like we've come to a screeching halt. Honestly, I'm having trouble processing everything. How about for now we just focus on the immediate issues? I suppose. To start with, we're going to want to talk to the nun again tomorrow. We might have an easier time of it if we brought Mel or Nellie along. She'd probably be more inclined to believe us about the observation tower if it came from them. That might work. I don't know. She's already weary of us. If I then bring a kid and say, yeah, this kid believes us too, she's just going to think that we like brainwash the kid and are like, we're even more dangerous. Oh well. That might work, though it presents another potential problem. What if she doesn't believe them? Could put the two of them at risk. There's also the chance she's not involved with the swordsman at all, as she claims. In which case, convincing her doesn't get us any closer to getting the truth out of him. Maybe it would be better to approach it from the Lord's. Did you hear that? It came from over by the window. Maybe it's a cat. Uh-oh. It's gonna be the fucking assassin man. This is... I'll go check. It's gonna be the assassin man. It's coming to get him. Oh my god! Hand jump scare. Jesus. We're gonna save right there, because it's probably gonna be a whole long thing, and I'm feeling the effects of sleepiness. And if we're gonna be another thing, Jesus. End on a hand. I've had nightmares where a hand comes out from the darkness and just grabs me like that. Shorter side stream, but I did end up starting late tonight because of other things going on. Apologies about that. Like I said, we'll read Friday, and we'll also read this weekend. We're gonna either Saturday or Sunday, most likely Saturday, but I'll nail it down a day. We gotta finish up Fata Morgana. Speaking of stream stuff, there's a chance no stream tomorrow night. I don't know yet. There's a recent game that came out. Me and a group of friends want to play together called Big Walk. And I'm probably going to want to play that. And I'm probably not going to do that on stream. So depending on when that takes place, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. We're still trying to schedule like a time. But if that's like a good chunk of my night tomorrow night, then I might not be playing something on stream actually. But like I said, I'll update the title if that is the case, if I end up missing a stream. But if not, I should be back tomorrow. Dench Attack is done. So tomorrow would be either Xenoblade or probably like back to Metal Gear Solid. One of those two things if I do end up streaming tomorrow. That's all the schedule stuff ahead. And then if I'm not on tomorrow, then I'll be back Friday with more Fata Morgana. We'll have if I'm not on stream tomorrow, that means we might have 3 Fata Morgana streams back to back to back. Almost. Today, Friday, and then like Saturday. Crazy. Lots of reading. Apologies for how tired I was. Thank you. Have a good night. You have a good night as well. Have a good one. Have a great rest of the week. Back tomorrow, maybe. If not, though, I'll be back Friday night. Until then, take it easy. Have a good one.